Today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, I show you how to capture the tone of your amplifier using the Preamp Live from MOOER Audio. So this is kind of a supplementary video to the main video I made using this MOOER Preamp Live. And in that video, I covered a lot of things, but what I specifically said I would not cover in that video was the tone capture video, because there are some things that I wanted to go over regarding the tone capture that I thought was more suited for a standalone video. So here we are. I'm gonna dive right into it and we are gonna get a capturing. So I'm gonna start with the connections. Now, per the manual, the connections are basically plugging the Preamp Live in a 4-cable method with your amplifier of choice. That is the first step of the tone capture process. Now, the next step of the tone capture is understanding the operations in regards to the physical buttons of the Preamp Live. There is a desktop application to kind of help you guide through the process, but I'm not going to use that for this video because this is more of a situation where, as I picture it, you'd be like in a practice space somewhere and you go, oh man, that's really cool amp sound, preamp sound, I wanna capture it. And you wouldn't necessarily have a laptop or something like that in a practice space with you. So on the pedal, you have buttons 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in gold writing underneath those, there are source, target, capture, and active. And there are 3 instructions on the right-hand side of the pedal. The effects loop on and off, the tone capture, buttons 1 and 4, and bypass, buttons 1 and 3 together. Those are important to know and to know where they are on the pedal. So the gist of the tone capture is you use one of the existing preamp modules and you kind of dial in the tone as close as you can sonically get it to the sound of your amplifier. Now, I have done that ahead of time for the purposes of this video, and the first part of the process for tone capturing is comparing the real preamp versus the preamp in the MOOER Preamp Live. So in order to do that, I'm going to hit buttons 1 and 4 at the same time to get into tone capture mode. So now that I am in tone capture mode, the blinking yellow ring on foot switch 3 is telling me that there is no current tone capture loaded in the tone capture slot. So there's nothing in there for an existing tone capture. This is where we're referring to our gold words underneath on the bottom side of the foot switches. So for source, I can hit source. Now this is the MOOER Preamp using the power section of the amplifier, because remember, we are hooked up with 4-cable method, okay? So I'm gonna turn up my guitar and I'm gonna play and we're gonna see what that sounds like. Okay, just a straight rock tone. I am using 4-cable method with my orange Rock-Reverb 50 Mark III. So it's a very British crunchy kind of tone. Now for my target is going to be the actual sound of the amplifier. So when I hit target, I will be bypassing the preamp module in the MOOER and using the amplifier as if I were plugged right into the amplifier so I can hear what it sounds like. This is the orange. Now at this point, I can freely bounce between the two. I would say I'm about 90% there, and the Preamp Live will get me that last 10%. So I'm just gonna A and B for you guys to show how close I got it just manually dialing in the MOOER. Now, I'm still on target. I wanna go ahead and capture the preamp sound of my orange. So I'm going to just click on capture once, and at this point, I will see the volume, bass, middle, treble, and gain knobs kind of count down, as it were, Predator style, and that's gonna tell me I need to be playing while those are going and moving. And when they stop and when it blinks, that's how I will know the capture is complete. So I'm gonna go ahead and capture now. So now all the LEDs are off. I know the tone capture is done. So I'm going to select it. I'm gonna make it active. This is the MOOER that we are listening to right now. We're gonna A and B it with the orange, just a second. Orange. MOOER. And that's all there is for tone capture. Notice on the far right, foot switch number 4 is active. It's whether it's the tone capture module is active or not. I have it on, and now all I will do is re-hit foot switches 1 and 4 to exit out. And now I am free to further EQ using the built-in EQ and gain, and also use the boost, and I can then save that as my own preset. And I can do this for all 12 slots of the Preamp Live. Pretty cool. I hope that helps. I hope that was informal for all of you Preamp Live owners. This pedal again is, I believe it's about $3.99 retail in the US, give or take. Huge bang for the buck, and the tone capture is really, really accurate. I'm really impressed with it. I love my orange, and the fact that I can put it in a box and take it with me if I want is super, super cool as well. All the pickable links down below in the description. You've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.